Vanessa, I heard about this from Mom. Are you really going to be getting married? That has to be a lie, right? There's no reason you should be able to get married to anyone right now.
I'm not sure why you think I couldn't get married to anyone at this time, but I am getting married. And I am planning on sending invitations to all the family here soon. So if you don't mind coming to the wedding, I'd love to see you there.
Huh? So you really are getting married then, aren't you? Stop screwing around.
What about this means that I'm screwing around?
You know that I'm your older sister, right? Older sister. So why do you, the younger sister, get to be married before I do? Normally, people would let their older siblings get married first before making their move.
What do you mean by that? I didn't think there was any normalcy to when siblings should be getting married. I just assumed it was based on timing, and that's it. I don't mean to get married before you as an insult or anything. I just happened to find a man that I wanted to live the rest of my life with and marry soon.
Do you really think it's okay for you to be happy with your soulmate before I am?
Huh? I don't get what you keep going on about. I didn't think there was anything wrong with me being happy with the man of my dreams. And I never related me being in this position before you, Emily. I'm not even married yet, and I'm still just as happy as I'll be after the marriage. So explain to me what you mean by me being happy before you with my soulmate.
You stop thinking about marrying that man right now. No, you're not marrying that man. Not until I have a man of my own that I'm married to first.
Emmy, would you quit acting like a child right now? Are you acting this way because you're jealous of me getting married? If you are thinking that, it's a total waste of your energy, so just don't worry about me. I think you're better off using all that energy finding a way to make yourself happy. Whether that's with another man or on your own.
Jealous? Why would I be jealous of your marriage? I am just disgusted by the fact that you're not playing by the rules.
What rules are you even talking about, though?
It's always been that the oldest sister is the first one to get married and leave the family. That's what I'm talking about.
That is not any kind of story or rule that I've ever heard of. What century ago was that rule ever a thing? Seems to me like something from way back, so you should just cool it and let me do what I want to do. And if that means you not coming to my wedding, then that's fine with me and you can stay away. I don't want any bad feelings between us, so just stop trying with me. See ya. It looks like Emmy's pretty upset with me right now.
Sure seems that way, doesn't it? But I had to tell her eventually that you'd be getting married. So there really was no way of us avoiding this.
Why is she so upset with me, though? Wasn't she supposed to be getting married herself?
She probably hasn't told you anything about it, but her and her fiancé broke up.
What?
The man she was with wanted to borrow her money, and so he did. Borrow a lot and ran off, which left Emmy in a rough spot to the point she left her job. And so for a whole year now, she's been living back at home with us here.
So that's probably the reason she's having such a tantrum over me. I can understand her a bit more now. But although it's really sad that something like that had to happen to her, there's no reason for her to be taking out her feelings on me. I didn't do anything to her.
Right.
So at the moment, she's back at her home doing nothing at all with herself?
She's trying to find someone that she can get married to. But as for any sort of job, there is none.
I see. But I think it's not healthy for her to be getting all worked up over my marriage. I'm a bit worried now that she might do something outrageous at my wedding if she's in a mood.
I would really like for her to toughen up a bit and get back on both her feet. Now she's going to be living in our house forever if she doesn't do something with herself. I've even told her how I feel about that.
Well, let's just hope that she doesn't plan to do anything before or at my wedding.
I'd sure love to think that she'd stop taking out her frustrations on you. But who knows what she'll do?
I already told her that it's okay if she doesn't come to the wedding, so I'm sure she'll take me up on that and stay away. I'll try not to make her more upset than she already is.
And just before the beginning of your wedding. Huh. I guess you'll have to cancel the wedding today, right?
What are you talking about? What wedding dress are you talking about? What is that picture that you just sent me of?
That would be your wedding dress. I made it completely black by pouring ink all over it.
That's my dress?
I'm sure it's hard to tell now that it's messed up. But you have no hopes of having a wedding now in that kind of dress, right? I'm going to make sure that I'm the one becoming happy before you can.
So, you did all that with the hopes of having my wedding canceled?
That's exactly right. I'm glad all has gone to plan for me so far.
And you thought that you were at the location of my wedding?
Huh? What did you say? The location of your wedding today was written on the invitation you sent. So I made sure to show up early and ruin that dress before anyone came into the dressing room. I wanted to keep it as a surprise for you to see soon, but couldn't keep myself from telling you about it. Now you can see that it's completely unacceptable for you to get married before your older sister. After having your wedding dress turned completely black, your wedding is over.
The wedding I'm having today is at a church, though.
Huh?
I see that you're excited to hear that my wedding is canceled, but my wedding is being held at a church, and my dress is nothing like that one in the picture. I didn't even rent a dress for the wedding because Mom will be letting me wear hers.
What are you going on about? You're lying, right?
Why would you think that I'd be lying to you? I think the dress you've just ruined is some stranger's. Ruining someone you don't even know's dress? Do you understand what might happen to you now?
What are you talking about, Vanessa? This has to be your dress. I made sure that this place was the exact place you had on your invitation.
Maybe you thought that you read the address right, but I'm not holding my wedding outside today. I will have mine in a church, and I don't plan to have a dress that big on for the wedding. The wedding will only be inside this church, although I'm aware that some weddings might take place in the courtyard outside of here.
Wait a second. I have no idea what you're trying to tell me right now.
Well, just know that that dress you've ruined is not the one I'm going to wear today. And so with that, whatever happens to you now has nothing to do with me. I have a wedding to prepare for now, so you can figure out what to do on your own now. Also, after seeing how screwed up you are by doing all of that out of jealousy, I'd like you to never come around me again. So, go ahead and handle all of that on your own. And never talk to me again.
You hold on, Vanessa. Why are you going off on me like this right now? I did all of that to your dress, so you should be freaking out right now. I never heard anything about you having your wedding in a church or that you'd wear Mom's dress.
I never did mention any of that to you, and I'm very lucky now that I hadn't after seeing what mess you got yourself into. I'm going to completely cut ties with you now. So never come around me or talk to me again. I can't even believe you'd try something like that with your own little sister because of your jealousy.
So, this is seriously someone else's dress. I really thought that it'd be yours.
How many times do I have to tell you that's not my dress for you to understand? Do you need me to say it in another language for you?
Stop that! You can't even be upset with me now because this is all on you.
What? Why is it all on me?
If you'd known that it wasn't your dress, then why didn't you tell me sooner? You should have told me that you'd be wearing Mom's dress the last time we talked so that I could have ruined her dress instead. So this is all your fault.
You stop with all that BS right now. You are nothing more than a total prick of a sister right now.
Huh? A prick? What?
I'm not going to let you go off on me telling me that what you've done is my fault somehow. I have nothing to do with your mental disabilities. You've always been that way. Anytime something doesn't go your way, you blame it all on me. You think that you can just keep running away from your responsibilities like you're a 3-year-old? Well, you're in your late 30s now, so stop acting like a child or we'll have to put you in an institution.
But I didn't do anything wrong. It's all of you that have been doing things wrong.
Huh? All of us? So you're telling me it's all our fault that you are jobless and can't find anyone willing to marry a woman with childlike behavioral issues?
I say you all, but primarily it's all your fault.
Oh, come on now. I haven't done anything to cause you to act like a loser. All you think to say is that this is all my fault, but have you ever thought of replacing me with you? I haven't had anything to do with your life. The only thing I've ever done is live my own life. You have been the one to work your own jobs and the one in charge of your own happiness. And the reason that you're in such a crappy place right now is all due to yourself. It's not Mom or Dad's fault. It's not my fault. It's nobody but your own fault. So stop acting like a goddamn child. You are 33 years old now, so get off your butt and make a life of your own, you idiot.
You didn't have to say all of that to me. You're going to make me fall apart again. Why are you saying all of that to me? You have no right to be saying things like that about me. Do you really think it's okay to talk to your older sister like that?
Do you think it's okay to act that way because you're my older sister? Shut the hell up.
It's messed up that you talk to me that way, though.
Then let me ask you this. Do you think it's okay to spill ink all over some random person's dress like that? Maybe I'm not the one that's as messed up as you think.
I told you I didn't think it was some stranger's wedding dress. If I'd known that, I would have never spilled ink all over it. I was dang sure that that was going to be your wedding dress today.
Wait. It doesn't even matter whose dress it was in the first place. You are messed up for doing that all the same. If anything, you would have been in even more trouble had it been my dress. I would have made sure that you got sued in court.
Sue me? Your own family?
After showing me the person you really are, you're not family to me. You're not even like a sister to me anymore, so I'd be totally fine making you suffer. The fact that you thought it was funny to ruin someone else's big day, that's something most people would never even think of doing, so you're like a monster at this point. And another thing, the wedding that'll be taking place outside the church today in that courtyard is of a girl whose father is the sheriff of this town.
Huh?
We had seen them a while back when coming here to set up our wedding, and they mentioned that to us. The soon-to-be bride mentioned her father being high up in the police force or something like that. And I think I even spoke to him once.
What the hell? Now that's a joke. There's no way something like that could be true. Stop trying to make me freak out anymore.
Well, you'll find out the truth eventually, I'm sure. I know that you're at someone else's wedding location right now, but if it's of the girl whose dad's a sheriff, then you'll be in for a great time.
Stop trying to mess with me! Even if it is her dress, I've already started running away, so they'll never find me. The moment I fully realized it wasn't your dress, I ran from there. I didn't want to see the end of how badly I screwed up that stranger's day. Just make sure that you don't say anything to them if you see them.
Oh, it does seem like it was the wedding in the courtyard that you happened to mess up.
What? Huh?
So I think I'll let them know what happened. I'll try my best to make the story sound credible. I'll tell them that even though you're my older sister, you had a deep jealousy that you couldn't control and thought you were ruining my wedding. All right, I just let them know all of that for you. And I think her parents are not taking it too well. They said something along the lines of having you not only pay for the wedding dress, but for the whole wedding itself.
Hold on, what? You went and told them just now. I just ran over a mile away now, and you're saying there was no point to it?
Did you really think you could run away from your mistakes this time? Whether it's today or a few days from now, they are going to find you and take you down. The dress she has seems like something with quite a price tag on it as well. And it wasn't just a rental, but a dress that she'd bought herself and had placed at the wedding. You really screwed up this time, Emmy.
Why are you laughing? Nothing about this is funny in any sense. Oh, wait. Well, what should I do now?
I am about to start my wedding, so I can't do anything for you. But I can already see her dad getting into his patrol car, and he called for some backup to start searching for you. And Mom and Dad just told me that you can do whatever you'd like to try and evade them, even mentioning that you should try punching one of the officers. That way you can spend some time in jail and away from us. It's really up to you now how you plan to take responsibility for this.
Wait. I can't be taken into custody by the police. I didn't think something this scary could happen to me. I just wanted you to feel the same pain I've been feeling all my life. Why did this have to happen?
Because you have messed up thoughts like that. Well, it seems like the only one that will be feeling the pain you've always been experiencing will be yourself.
But you and I are sisters, right? Do something about this and help me.
I can't do anything for you. You did all of this to yourself, and you have to answer for it. And you're an adult now, and in your 30s at that, so you can learn today what happens when you try and ruin someone else's day. Just remember that Mom, Dad, and I are all cutting ties with you. So never show your face to us again. Your lack of handling your own emotions has really done it to you this time. Now, have a great one. I hope they don't go easy on you, Emmy. Vanessa and her husband were able to have a wonderful wedding together with all their friends and family. And Emmy was caught by the police and the sheriff and taken away to somewhere that nobody knew of. After a few days and being given her phone back, she tried time and time again to get Vanessa to help her. But at that point, Vanessa was on her honeymoon and didn't look at her phone. And because of that, Vanessa was left to her own demise. However, after a few months had passed, Vanessa made a surprise visit to her parents' house and made it seem as though she had really grown up into a full adult. She had a job again, working on a factory line, but she didn't say much else to her mom about what she'd been experiencing on her own. I'm sure that whatever it was too troubling to have to tell anyone. But after that little visit with her parents, she left and never came back to them again. And I'm sure that's for the best, as nobody wanted her around anyway.
I'm gonna have to be blunt here. I'm not sticking around with an old grandma anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'd rather be with a young woman any day, as opposed to with you. I had been trying my best to stick around with you for a while now. But as I knew what would happen, I've reached my limit. So can we get a divorce?
What are you saying, Randy? Huh? Are you being serious right now?
I mean, Liz, you're already 39 years old, right? You and I are 9 whole years apart in age. Back when I had married you was a time in which I was excited to be with an older woman, and so were a lot of other men. But now I wonder why the hell I ever got married to you in the first place. Even your skin feels a lot worse than that of a young gal's. And so with that, let's get divorced.
Have you hit your head on something? You know all that I've done for you up until now, right? And do you know why I'm in the hospital right now?
I know why.
I'm here to give birth to our baby. Yet during this very important and stressful time of our life, you're going on about wanting a divorce?
A 39-year-old giving birth to a baby is really the most disappointing thing I've ever heard of.
What?
And that's why I'm asking for a divorce. I'm telling you right now that I have another woman that I love. And she's a young gal whose skin is as soft as cotton candy. So that little brat that you're gonna give birth to isn't gonna get any love from me.
Wait, Randy. Can you not see how much of a jerk you're being right now? I've known for a bit now that you've been acting suspicious and probably had another lady, but I didn't think you'd drag all of that this far and into a relationship. What the hell are you talking about? I'm having a really hard time understanding what's going on with you. Is this all supposed to be a joke? Your timing is the worst for it. Why don't you go find somewhere to calm down a bit and rethink what you've just said to me?
Why don't I? Because while you've been in the hospital getting ready to give birth, I've moved out of the house.
Huh?
The apartment has been your place for the longest time now, even before I came. So it has nothing to do with me anymore. I moved all my things and myself out of there and left the divorce papers on the counter for you. Go ahead and fill the rest in for me and hand them in.
Are you kidding me? I just had your daughter, Randy. What the actual hell are you going on about? Calm down right now, please.
I'm calm right now, Liz. No matter how you try and get me to stay with you guys, I'm never gonna love that little brat of yours. That thing is none of my business. And I can't even believe that you thought about having a baby at your age in the first place.
You're being a monster right now. She's your daughter as well, right? And after all the effort I have put into caring and birthing her, you're going to say awful things like that? I'm not going to forgive you for this.
I couldn't care less if you forgave me or not. I'm never going to be seeing you ever again after this, so have fun being upset with me.
You don't even plan to ever come to see your baby's girl's face? This has all got to be some sort of joke.
I told you plenty of times now that it's not a joke. This is all very real and not a dream. I don't have the confidence to love a baby that was birthed by some old grandma at the age of 39. I don't even want to know what the poor soul looks like after coming out of you. So hurry up and leave me when you get home.
Well, then I'm never letting you see the two of us ever again.
Thank God. Now I'm on my way to being a free man again. I'm gonna have a lot more fun in my second life. I was never going to stay with you once you turned 40. And having to raise that kid beside you would have been hell. Thank God you're okay with going away. Goodbye now, Grandma.
But can you promise one thing to me before you go?
What?
I'll agree with getting the divorce. But in return for that, you're never to come back to me or my daughter if you ever need any help.
I don't plan to ever see you guys again. There's no reason for me to in the first place. So I promise to never come around you two again. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Well, if you're going to promise me that, then we can get a divorce. And of course I'm going to be getting full custody of my daughter.
You can have it. I don't even want to think of that brat as being mine.
Alright then. You may be one of the worst men on the planet, but thank you for giving me my beautiful daughter. Now please never show your face around us again.
I never will. But that also means you and that brat can never come looking for me either. Bye-bye, Grandma.
Goodbye forever, you pile of trash.
It's been a while, Liz. I'm going to the wedding right now.
Excuse me? But who is this?
You know who I am. I'm the father of today's wedding bride. I've been looking forward to this wedding for a long, long time. And so today, I'm going to meet with her.
Hold on for a moment. What are you talking about? Do you still think that you're her father? Even after a whole 20 years have gone by and you've said nothing to either one of us, what are you trying to do by texting me all of a sudden?
I wanted to tell you that I'm going to that wedding. This is going to be a very emotional day for all of us when I finally get to see the daughter of mine that was taken from me.
Huh? I'm not quite sure how you even figured out where her wedding would be today, or that she was even getting married in the first place. But stop trying to be obnoxious by sending me all these texts.
Well, I'm the father of the bride. So I'm allowed to be at that wedding.
This is getting out of hand. Can you please open your eyes for a sec? Do not come over here. Did you forget about the promise you made to me 20 years ago that allowed me to divorce you? Hey, are you listening to me right now?
Why did that happen? Why was everyone being so crazy with me when I got in there? Is everyone at that wedding a freak? Tossing me out of my own daughter's wedding? I'm her friggin' father!
Is it time that you'll be willing to open your dang eyes finally? The way you came in looking like trash and causing all that embarrassment for my daughter. And another thing, you need to stop calling my daughter yours.
Why do I have to stop? She's my daughter too.
After not even being in the hospital room with me while I gave birth, you threw us out. And then you chased after a young woman and left us for a very long time. And after 20 years, you're all of a sudden back here trying to get into my daughter's wedding? I can't think of another reason as to why you're doing this besides that you really messed up with your head while you've been gone.
You can call me messed up all you want, but what else was I supposed to do today? That young gal lied to me and got me stuck with her and all of the debt she had. And so me being messed up right now is not my dang fault. I was lied to and played for a fool. I didn't plan on turning into a bum after I left you.
I don't care what happened with you and that girl because I don't care about you. You're a stranger to us all, and you said you'd never come back to us, right? You promised that. She has no clue who you are, and she even said that to your face today.
And that was screwed up big time. That is not something she should ever say to her parents. Have you not been raising her properly this whole time? Are you sure this is all because you're too old and can't handle kids?
What? What the hell are you trying to do right now after saying things like that about my daughter and I? You're blaming my way of raising her because she was so worried by some random men coming into her wedding and having him thrown out? I don't want to hear that crap out of your mouth ever again after you left us when she was only just born. If you want to know who's really at fault for today, I'd say your parents are because they obviously didn't raise you right. Well, at this point, I'm sure you already know, and so do your parents.
I want to know who that man is. And the father of the... What's that all about?
Huh? That's the man I got married to. Are you acting as though I needed to tell you anything about him, though? Do you still not see that you have no right being around us right now?
Why was that man that you married sitting in the seat that was labeled for the bride's father? That's my frickin' seat. If you start pissing me off any more than I already am, things are gonna get scary for you. Go tell those 2 idiot security guards that I'm okay and let me come sit there.
Why are you getting upset with me for no reason? Do you think that making threats like that will get me worked up?
What?
I'm really worried about what's gotten into you that's made you so screwed in the head. You're the one that threw us away years ago, right? And after 20 years of realizing how badly you messed up, you came on my daughter's biggest day looking like garbage to do what? Why the hell are you here, Randy? And why do you think you have any right to be here? Do you need something from us? Tell me right now.
You're the real piece of garbage for getting married again without telling me. I came back here to get my family back together.
Get your family back together? Huh? Do you think that my daughter and I are your family or something, Randy? We have a new family now, and you're not part of it. All you are is some strangers that we're starting to think might need to visit a psych ward. I don't want to hear anything about how upset you are that I got married again when you were the one that got divorced to me to run off with a young woman. I think you better zip that mouth of yours and keep it zipped.
Give me that seat back. She's my daughter.
Come on, Randy. It was nice of you to make me laugh a little, but your joke is getting old now. You have never even met my daughter before. So why do you keep thinking that she's your daughter after it's been 20 years? I think the only reason you've come out here for her is because you're broke. And so, this is all out of desperation now. That kind of thinking is only something a complete lunatic would have.
You don't have to take it that far. I am a bit worried about money right now. But I didn't come today for that reason.
Then, what's your reason for being here? Tell me right now.
I had heard that she was going to get married, and so I asked a friend about it that knows her. And she told me that the wedding would be taking place close by, so I thought it would be okay for me to come and see it. I was hoping for a very dramatic reunion after 20 years of never seeing any of you. I wanted us to all be crying out of happiness for being able to see one another again. But now that things have become so hectic, I have no idea what I'm doing here anymore. I had believed that we could all talk about each other's lives again.
Wait, why did you think that we'd all be open arms to you? There's no reason for us to be, right? There was no way this was going to turn into some sort of dramatic reunion. Have you even noticed the contradiction there is in your plan?
What?
You have never even met my daughter before.
And why does that mean anything? How would that contradict anything in my plans for today? I'm her father, and so she should be all happy and crying to see me.
You act like this would be a reunion with her, but this was her first time ever seeing you. Asking to have a dramatic reunion when you need to introduce yourself to her first? How come you thought this would actually play out so well for you?
Now that you say it back to me, I'm sure it would have been odd. But that's not all. She's my daughter, right?
I'm too tired to talk with you anymore about this. Did you think that being related to her by blood made you her father? I'm sorry, Randy, but my husband has been with my daughter since she was 3 years old and has helped me raise her since then. And so, she calls my husband the father, and there's no changing that now. To her, it does not matter whether she's related to her by blood or not.
There's no way. That's a freaking lie.
You don't have to be able to believe it, but we all think that we're a family, and you can't do a thing about that. So, you can say what you want about us, but don't think it's going to bother us. We have nothing to do with you after all.
Even if she does see him as her father, she should still be a little curious about her real father, right? That's the whole reason I came here today, to see her. Does me being here on her wedding day not make her really happy?
I think she does want to know more about her real father. It's normal for anyone to want to get to know their real parents if they never grew up knowing them. But I think after today, she no longer wants to get to know you.
Huh? Why?
You're asking me? Ha! Are you really that dense? You came into her wedding in some raggedy clothes and covered in what looks like soot. And you made a complete fool of yourself, embarrassing her on her wedding day. That right there might have just scarred her a little.
Scarred her? Why would that scar her any?
She's told me that she never wants you coming around her again now. Of course, she doesn't want you here anymore. And even after the wedding, she doesn't want you showing up. If you do come around her, or the rest of us again, we're calling the police and having you arrested. My husband knows a lot of the police officers in town, so he can make things happen quickly. So having you eradicated is all too easy for us.
Why would you do something like that to me? I only came here to see my daughter's wedding.
You just want the money that her husband has, right? And that's why we had you kicked out of there.
I don't know anything about her husband's money. Why would I know anything about that?
I can see that things are still not lining up in your reasoning. Well, it doesn't matter if you came here for his money or not, because he really has nothing to do with you. You're just the average bum to him is all. You ended up ruining your own life chasing after young girls, and that's why you came to this wedding today, hoping for some kind of money or something. Disgusting. You have nothing you can do to us now, so get lost.
I never thought you'd say such things to me. Does my daughter think the same thing of me?
You don't even know my daughter's name, so what do you think? I think after what you've seen today, you should finally understand, right? She doesn't want you around her anymore. You're just a ghost to her that hasn't been alive for the past 20 years, so you can stop trying to get involved with our lives. Now, goodbye.
Wait, please! Her husband has a lot of money then. Can you ask him just to give me a small amount? I just need enough to help myself get back on my own 2 feet again.
No. This was about money. Huh. You deserve to have no money, Randy, so I wouldn't want you getting spoiled by anyone. It was you, after all, that made your life the way it is now, right? So stop whining about not having money when you asked for it in the first place. Haha.
After that, Randy wasn't only thrown out of the wedding and never let back into it, but after throwing a huge fit in front of the wedding hall, the police came and gave him a citation for public disturbance. And after that, Liz and her family told the police that he'd been causing trouble for them all day, and now he's not allowed anywhere near them or else the police will arrest him as Liz, her husband, and her daughter all put a restraining order on him. Once that had all played out, Randy was still left with a large amount of debt, and slowly began to fall victim to it. I think he's finally starting to regret everything he did in the end to Liz and her daughter. But to be honest, him regretting things now is way too late, and he should have been regretting what he's done a whole lot sooner when he may still have a chance with Liz.